When was the last time you thought about money without feeling some version of stress attached to it? Not thinking about what to buy or thinking about a bill? I mean, actually thinking clearly and calmly about where your money is going, what it's doing, and whether the way you're currently handling it is actually building towards something or just keeping you afloat month to month. For most people in their mid to late 20s, that kind of thinking doesn't really happen. And it's not because they're irresponsible, because nobody taught them how. School gave you algebra and history and then sent you into the world with zero understanding of how money works, what an asset actually is, or why the way you think about money matters just as much as how much of it you have. So that's where I want to start. Because the practical stuff only works if the mindset it's sitting on is right. The first shift, stop thinking about money as something you earn and spend. Most people have a completely passive relationship with money. It comes in, it goes out, and whatever is left at the end of the month is what you have. This is the financial equivalent of just eating whatever is around and wondering why you don't feel good. Money is a tool. And like any tool, what matters is not just having it, it's what you do with it. The people who become financially free in their 30s are not necessarily the ones who earned the most in their 20s. They're the ones who understood earliest that money sitting idle is money slowly losing value. That every month you don't put money to work is a month of growth you never get back. That the gap between earning money and building wealth is entirely determined by what happens in between. The mindset shift is from passive to active, from this is what I have left to this is what I'm choosing to do with what I have. That shift sounds small, but the financial difference it makes over 10 years is enormous. The second shift, understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Robert Kiyosaki built an entire book around this, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the core idea is simple enough to state in one sentence, but takes years to actually internalize. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Your car is a liability. Your phone is a liability. The expensive apartment you're renting to impress people is a liability. These things cost you money every month without generating anything in return. But there's a difference between necessary expenses and lifestyle expenses. Your phone is a tool. The basic version does everything you need. The upgrade is a lifestyle choice. Your car gets you places. The modest one works fine. The expensive one is status. Most people's financial problems aren't the necessary expenses. They're the lifestyle layer on top of them, the upgrade, the premium version, the thing that costs twice as much because it feels better to own. Ownership in a real business is an asset. A skill that increases your earning potential is an asset. A side income, however small, is an asset. Property that generates rental income is an asset. Something you own that other people pay to use or benefit from, that's an asset. The financially free person in their 30s got there by spending their 20s slowly, shifting their money from liabilities toward assets. Just consistently over time asking the question, is this thing I'm about to spend money on going to make me money or cost me money? And making slightly better decisions on the back of that question. Most people in their 20s spend almost everything on liabilities and wonder why they're not building anything. They're building just in the wrong direction. Now, the practical part, what does this actually look like? The first thing, and this is the most unsexy, most skipped, most important thing, is knowing exactly where your money goes. Every month for at least 3 months, track every single outgoing. And this is not to punish yourself, but to see clearly, because most people have a vague sense of their spending that is significantly rosier than the reality. The subscriptions, the takeaways, the impulse purchases that felt small in the moment, but they add up to numbers that genuinely surprise people when they see them written down. You cannot make better decisions about money you aren't paying attention to. Tracking is not budgeting, it's just seeing. And seeing clearly is the prerequisite for everything else. The second practical thing is to pay yourself first before anything else. This is a concept from George Clayson's book, The Richest Man in Babylon, written in 1926, still accurate. And the principle is that a fixed percentage of everything you earn goes directly into savings or investment before you touch it for anything else. not whatever is left at the end of the month. The first thing that happens when money arrives, even if it's 10%, the habit of doing it, the automatic, non-negotiable nature of it rewires your relationship with money in a way that's hard to explain until you've done it for 6 months. You stop seeing that money as available. You adjust to living on what remains, and the amount building in your investment pool starts to grow in a way that slowly starts to feel real. The specific percentage matters less than the consistency. Start with what's possible, increase it as your income grows, never decrease it. The third practical thing is to put your money into real ownership. This is the one most people delay. They tell themselves they'll figure it out later when they earn more, when the timing is better. And in the meantime, their money sits doing nothing while everyone else's money is working. The principle is simple. Money parked in a savings account barely keeps up with inflation. Money put into real ownership equity in businesses, property, productive assets grows because the underlying thing it's tied to grows. When you own a share of a real business, you own a piece of its future profits. When that business does well, your ownership does well. The practical version of this for most people is equity-based investing, putting money into funds that own shares across hundreds of real businesses simultaneously. Diversified, long-term, ownership-based. You don't need to understand every business in the fund. You just need to understand that over long periods, real businesses produce real value. And owning a piece of that is how ordinary people build extraordinary wealth over time. The specific difference between starting at 25 versus 35 on this, even with modest monthly amounts, is hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time you reach your 50s. Not because of magic, because of time. Time in the market, owning real things, is the single most powerful variable available to you right now. The fourth thing is about income, because saving and investing only work up to a point if the income doesn't grow. Financial freedom in your 30s is significantly more achievable if you're earning more at 30 than you were at 25, which means the work you put into your earning potential in your mid-20s, the skills you build, and the value you develop has a direct financial consequence that multiplies over time. Every skill you learn that makes you more valuable increases not just your current income, but your lifetime earning potential. Every year you spend developing genuine expertise in something the market needs is a year of building on your human capital. This is why investing in yourself, courses, books, tools, experiences that make you more capable, is not a cost. It's the highest return investment most young people have access to. The goal is to be earning significantly more at 30 than at 25 through consistent investment in what you can do and what you know. The fifth thing, and this is the mindset piece that holds everything else together, is to stop spending money to manage your emotions. This sounds harsh, but it's just accurate. Most discretionary spending, the things people buy that they don't strictly need, is emotional. The purchase after a bad week, the upgrade that felt like a reward, the thing you bought because everyone else seemed to have it. It works briefly. It fills a gap, but it doesn't fix it. The financially free person in their 30s learned, usually through seeing the bank statement after several months of emotional spending, that the money you spend to feel better temporarily is the money that was supposed to be building your future. And the future version of you, the one who has options and breathing room and doesn't feel sick when an unexpected expense arrives, is worth more than whatever the purchase was. This doesn't mean never spend on enjoyment. It means being honest about why you're spending. The question before any non-essential purchase is not, can I afford this? The question is this the best use of this money given what I'm trying to build? Sometimes the answer is yes, often it isn't. And the simple act of asking closes the gap between where most people end up financially and where they actually want it to be. Financial freedom at 30 isn't a fantasy reserved for people who got lucky or started rich. It's the result of a decade of slightly better decisions than average. Decisions made consistently, quietly, without anyone watching or applauding. Tracking the money, paying yourself first, putting money into real ownership early, building your income, spending intentionally. None of it is complicated. All of it requires starting earlier than feels urgent. The best time to start was 5 years ago. The second best time is right now. While you still have the years ahead for your money to do what money does when you treat it seriously, that's the whole thing.